My dad, a decorated police officer, a man respected in our entire district, looked straight at me in the middle of a crowded restaurant and said loud enough for every table to hear, "If I had known you'd turn out like this, I would have left you at the hospital." People laughed. Waiters pretended not to. My relatives smirked into their plates. What he didn't know was that my phone was already recording and that I was live to 3 million followers. If you've ever been humiliated by your own family, if someone has ever mocked you just to look powerful, stronger, or superior, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and get ready for a story where revenge isn't loud. It's viral. Let's dive in. I grew up believing my dad was a hero. Everyone in our town admired him. The tough police officer with a chest full of medals. The man who never looked afraid. The father who kept the community safe. But the truth was that the badge gave him authority, and authority made him cruel. To everyone else, he was disciplined. To me, he was disappointed. No matter what I did, I was always the child who didn't live up to his name. If I scored 90, he asked why it wasn't 95. If I spoke, he interrupted. If I tried to stand up for myself, he mocked me. And the worst part, he made jokes about me in front of people just to make them laugh. Growing up, I learned how to laugh along with everyone else because it was easier to pretend I wasn't hurt than to admit that my own father enjoyed embarrassing me. It happened on a Sunday afternoon. My cousin had graduated from the police academy, the same one my dad had trained in decades ago. So the whole family went to a big restaurant to celebrate. My dad was in an excellent mood. Medals polished, uniform freshly ironed, chest puffed out like he owned the world. He loved events where he could talk about himself for hours. We were halfway through lunch when my aunt jokingly said, "Your daughter is so different from you. She's softer, quieter." My dad snorted, shook his head, and said it. The sentence that split me open. If I had known she'd turn out like this, I would have left her at the hospital. The table went silent for a second, then burst into laughter. Even my cousin, the new officer, chuckled nervously. My mom looked down into her plate. She's always been the quiet peacekeeper, the person who never questions him. Me. My throat tightened. My fingers went cold. My heartbeat hammered against my ribs. It wasn't the first insult, but it was the first time. It really broke something inside me. He went on, pretending it was harmless. "She's always on that phone, making videos. Useless generation." When I was her age, I didn't hear the rest because I was focused on one thing. My phone propped up against a water glass, streaming everything live. My father thought I wasted time on social media. What he didn't know was I had built a community, a massive one, 3 million followers across platforms, people who listened to my stories, people who related to my struggles, people who found comfort in my voice. My dad didn't know because I stopped telling him anything years ago. Every time I tried, he scoffed. "Influencer? That's not a job. Online storytelling? Useless. Find a real career." So I learned to keep my world hidden from him. But that day, that gap between our worlds slammed shut because the live stream counter was exploding. 10,000 watching, 20,000, 50,000. And the comments were pouring in. "What kind of father is this? Stay strong, queen. Expose him more. Go live with the truth." I didn't plan revenge. Not at first. I just wanted to survive the humiliation, breathe, and get through the meal. But then my dad noticed my phone blinking. He frowned. "Are you texting at the table again?" He snapped. "Quit that thing." I interrupted. My voice shook, but I said it loud enough for every relative, every waiter, every stranger to hear. "Actually, Dad, I'm live." His jaw dropped. "What?" he said. I turned the phone toward him and said into the mic, "Everyone, this is the man who raised me." The table froze. My uncle stopped mid-bite. My cousin's fork clattered to the plate. My aunt grabbed her husband's arm. Dad's face turned red, not from embarrassment, but from rage. He hissed, "Turn it off, now." I didn't. Instead, I lifted the phone higher and spoke clearly, letting my voice shake with emotion. He told me he should have left me at the hospital. This is what he thinks of his own daughter. The live stream erupted. "I'm clipping this. He should apologize. Let him explain himself on camera." For the first time in my life, my dad wasn't in control. People like my father care about one thing: reputation. His entire life revolved around being respected by officers, neighbors, relatives, the community. He was feared at the station, admired at public events, untouchable. But now, his daughter, the quiet one, the disappointment, had turned a camera on him. And suddenly, the man who always spoke loudly couldn't speak at all. He muttered, "People don't need to hear private matters." A comment flashed on my screen. "Humiliation isn't private when you do it in public." I read it out loud. My dad's eyes widened. I could see fear, actual fear, the kind he never showed even when arresting dangerous men. Within minutes, 100,000 people were watching, then 200,000, then 500,000. The restaurant staff whispered to each other. Teenagers across tables pointed. People outside the restaurant watched the stream on their phones. My father kept trying to maintain control. "You're overreacting. It was a joke. You're embarrassing us." I finally looked him in the eye, something I rarely did. And I said, "No, you've been embarrassing me my entire life." I didn't scream. I didn't insult him back. I didn't match his cruelty. I simply told the truth on a platform he never knew I had. I told my viewers calmly, clearly. This is why I tell stories. Because sometimes the people meant to protect you are the ones who break you the most. My voice cracked. People in the restaurant heard every word. And the live stream hit 1.2 million concurrent viewers. My dad's hands trembled. He kept glancing around, realizing everyone was watching. Not the police officer, not the decorated hero, but the father who humiliated his own child. His power collapsed. In real time, he whispered, "Please turn it off. We can talk at home." But I wasn't done, because the comments demanded something. Make him apologize. I asked, "Dad, will you apologize for what you said?" He hesitated. His pride battled with his fear. But the eyes around him, the phones recording, the relatives staring, the live stream still climbing, left him with no escape. His voice cracked. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I felt nothing. No satisfaction, no joy. Just release. I ended the stream. But the internet did not. Clips were posted everywhere. My dad's words spread across TikTok, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube. The police officer who humiliated his daughter on camera. Millions of views in hours. My dad tried to ground me. Late that night, he yelled, "You ruined my image." And for the first time in my life, I didn't cry. I looked at him and said, "You ruined it yourself." He didn't speak after that. For weeks, he avoided me. He lowered his voice around me. He chose his words carefully. His colleagues heard. His reputation cracked. He became quieter, humbler, almost human. And he finally realized something. I wasn't the child he could control anymore. Sometimes, revenge isn't about hurting someone back. Sometimes, it's about exposing the truth so the world sees what you've always felt. And sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is finally stand in the light someone kept trying to dim. If you've ever been underestimated, mocked, or humiliated by your own family, you're not alone. Share your story in the comments. Like this video if justice felt good today. And don't forget to subscribe because here, we turn pain into power and stories into strength. Until next time, stay brave, stay rising.